Hello, and welcome to Scott's Odyssey. Are you a pet lover? I am. I like most all animals in general and have a whisper interaction with many of them. But I love dogs above all the rest because one thing you can know about a dog is that even when another human doesn't have your back, that dog will always be there for you, no matter what. And that brings us to the story of Sallie Ann Jarrett. See you in a minute. Welcome back. If you've watched my videos before, thank you for your patronage. And if you're new to Scott's Odyssey, well, welcome aboard. While walking amongst monuments, you sometimes see things and have no idea what they represent or what they're dedicating. For example, we did a video on the diamond that represents sickle site of injury. Oh, what a story that was. Well, today we're at the site of the 11th Pennsylvania Volunteer Infantry Monument in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. When you come out to see the monument, you see a nondescript skirmisher of the 11th Pennsylvania Infantry, and you will also see a bronze plaque with the Pennsylvania Commonwealth coat of arms and a carving of the First Corps symbol of a full moon. But if you look a little further down, there's another granite base attached to the larger one with a bronze statue of a dog. The words written on the front of the monument say 11th Pennsylvania Infantry. On the rear of the monument, you have the metrics of the 11th Pennsylvania Infantry's complement, including the dead, the wounded, captured, sick, and missing. The left side gives you the battles they were involved in, and the right side gives you history and position from inception for the 11th. And of course, on the back bottom, you have the people who made this actual monument back in 1889. And that's it, nothing else to what this monument's all about. So let's get some learning done. This 13 and a little bit more foot tall monument was dedicated on September 3rd of 1889 by the state of Pennsylvania on Oak Ridge here at Gettysburg National Military Park. The regiment itself was mustered all the way back in April 26th of 1861 as part of the 2nd Brigade and 2nd Division of the First Corps. In May of 1861, while going through drills out in Westchester, the current complement of 292 soldiers received an addition of what is referred to as the smallest member of the regiment. That would be Sallie Ann Jarrett. Sallie Ann Jarrett was a 4-week-old puppy with brindle coloring and described as a fine breed of bull terrier. To be more specific on color, Colonel Richard Coulter said she showed marks of blood. It's believed that Sallie Ann Jarrett was most likely an American Staffordshire Terrier, making her the first in a line of many American pit bulls to serve in the U.S. military. Ow! Did you feel that? That was the crying of animal lovers hating in my general direction, along with the people who want to scream out that Sallie was not actually a pit bull, forgetting that there have been over 160 years with the ability of a dog to have 3 litters per year per dog to create 4,096,000 different breeds of what they call pit bull today. Well, all of you calm yourselves down a bit, okay? Sallie Ann Jarrett is what today we would call an American pit bull. But back then she would have been called an American Staffordshire Terrier. Now, where was I? Oh, right, Sallie. In all of Gettysburg National Military Park, Sallie is only accompanied by one other dog statue, but retains the right to the fact that she was the only one to have ever seen combat. Received as a gift to the regiment, Sallie received her name based on an admired local young lady's name, Sallie Ann, and the name of the 11th's original commanding officer, Colonel Sallie Ann Jarrett. With all the men of this regiment giving their free time to this puppy, Sallie quickly fell in line with what she considered her position within the ranks. So much so that Sallie would attend roll call and join the soldiers during their drills and stand beside the color guard during dress parade. When the regiment would march out of camp, Sallie would position herself at the head of the march, right beside Colonel Richard Coulter while he rode a horse. It is recorded that Sallie was often referred to as Dick Coulter's dog by other brigade regiments when she was seen marching with the 11th Pennsylvania. There are also 2 recorded occasions where she actually marched with the regiment in front of President Abraham Lincoln. For the next 4 years of her life, Sallie would be on the front lines of every engagement the 11th Infantry encountered, standing at the lead firmly and barking ferociously at the enemy combatants. Now, you may think this is a bit drastic with the choice of words to describe a dog that may have just been in the midst of some small altercations or skirmishes that took place, but you need to realize she stood at the front of the lines in Antietam, Fredericksburg, and yes, even Gettysburg. So you bet your bottom dollar, for all intents, Sallie was enlisted infantry and there to see her men through those battles. On the first day of fighting in Gettysburg on July 1st, 1863, Sallie somehow was separated from the regiment during the retreat of Cemetery Hill, probably because she did not retreat. The infantry all feared she had gotten lost, or even worse, she was killed. To their surprise, when they pushed back down the Oak Ridge 3 days later, there was Sallie, standing over and protecting the wounded and the dead from the previous battle. She was recorded to be very weak, but thankfully she was alive. In the Battle of Spotsylvania Courthouse in May of 1864, Sallie took a bullet right in her neck. Soldiers rushed her to the field surgeon, but they were unable to remove the ball. Sallie survived the injury, and over time the ball worked its way out. During all this time, Sallie endured the war and the battles while also having 5 litters of pups. On February 6th of 1865, just 2 months to the end of the war, during the push for Hatcher's Run, Sallie was struck by a bullet and she died. Even while under fire and advancement during this battle, soldiers put down their arms in order to bury their fellow infantryman Sallie on the spot where she fell. On September 28, 1910, 45 years later, the last of the regiment survivors posed for a group photo here at this monument. Of the men who stood in the back row, 3 of the men stood apart from the rest of the group in order to create a gap between the other men, saving a space for Sallie to be included in their picture. I hope you like this video about Sallie Ann Jarrett, one of man's best friends, reminding us of their importance in all facets of our life. It is important to remember that when these monuments went up, there was a lot of emotions behind how to best depict those who were lost and those who survived. So much of the real stories are lost to history now that these people are all gone. Leave a comment below if you would like to see more videos surrounding the stories that go behind these monuments. Please give me a like on the channel, click that subscribe button for more stories of who we once were. And if you get a chance, jump out to Patreon and help support the channel and all of our future adventures. As always, I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.